Now, he's blown us away in every movie he's made, whether it's preventing a bus from exploding in speed or trying to stop the American presidents robbing banks in Point Break.
And now Keanu Reeves is taking on another unbelievable story as he meets the ultimate underdogs from one of the greatest seasons in Formula One history. Before we chat to him, let's take a look at Brawn.
Going to share a story that barely seems believable.
Jensen Button crosses the line, takes the checkered flag.
How do you feel? It's really amazing.
Only one team in their debut race in the history of the sport have been able to get pole position and then go on to win.
This is the story of Brawn GP.
Why do people say that you were the £1 Formula One team?
I gave £1 to the Honda executive, allow us to buy the team to keep the team alive.
This is the only option we've got on the table. It's this or the team gets shut down.
Please welcome live from LA, Keanu Reeves.
Good evening. Good evening.
Evening.
Keanu, hello and welcome to the show. So this is a story about a team that almost went bust. They came back from the brink and went on to become world champions. Why did you want to tell it?
It just seemed, other than being so unique and special, I love a good underdog story, and to think of Formula One and then to hear this idea that a team was purchased for £1 and then went on to win the championship, I was like, what? How? And I just wanted to, jump into that story and meet the people and try to tell the remarkable story of how so many people came together with one mission to try and not only survive, but to achieve some success.
Wow, yeah.
And get a championship.
For sure. And Keanu, you're a big Formula One fan, so I mean, it must have been a dream come true to meet some of the leading players kind of behind the scenes. Who are you most excited to see?
Well, it was really remarkable to have a chance to sit down with Ross Brawn. He had won multiple championships. He'd won with Ferrari and Schumacher, and just a remarkable racer, a person in Formula One. And so it was really exciting to sit down with him. And everyone who we spoke with was really open and passionate about this story, and none more so than Ross. And just to get his insight, he's such a wonderful person, a racing genius. And so for me, it was really cool just to to spend a few days with him and speak about, what happened.
Yeah, he's referred to in the show, Ross Brawn, as a smiling assassin, which says a lot about that world and the way people operate. How did he earn that nickname?
Yeah, it's a line actually that Christian Horner from Red Bull says in the documentary. He says, Ross looks all friendly, but I think he's a smiling assassin. And I'm like, you're all smiling assassins. And I think that comes from this idea that a lot of people spoke about it, that there's the racing, but then off the track, there's a kind of, maybe fraternity, but, they're kind of in it together. It's very gentlemanly. How do you do? But then when it comes to the racing, it's pretty cutthroat. But one of the remarkable things that I found in the documentary and in the story of Brawn in 2009 is that the team was born out of a financial crisis in 2008 when Honda withdrew from Formula One. And the Honda team, so many people worked at the Brackley factory. And it was just so many people were going to be made redundant. And it was near Christmas time. And Ross Brawn really led the charge. He had come on to Honda in 2008 and really galvanized and brought together this idea of a management takeover to try and save jobs and livelihoods. And coming together, they were able to, in working with Honda, to create this deal and this opportunity. And it's something really remarkable to see all these people come together, and for Ross and the management group to buy the team for £1. They'd had limited resources during the season, so You know, there was a rule change for the car that they had exploited, so they had an advantage in the beginning, but then teams protested the car. They went to court at the same time. Formula One, there was like a breakaway series. They wanted to get out of Formula One. And yet, you know, Brawn had no sponsors, and then Branson and Virgin was one of the first sponsors, and they literally only had 2 cars. They couldn't crash. They had to they couldn't get parts. And so we followed them through this whole this remarkable journey, this remarkable season. When Honda left, they didn't have an engine, so they had to find an engine. They got an engine from Mercedes. They had to fit it into the car that they had. Jenson Button, you know, a remarkable driver, and had won victory previously, and you know, he was in his spot in his career. And then, you know, on the other side of the garage was Rubens Barrichello, who had raced with Ferrari under the shadow of Schumacher, and they were in the garage and they were having success, and they were all for one, but then Jensen was winning, but then he wasn't winning.
This is unbelievable.
So much that goes on.
Yeah.
So invested.
I was going to say, I mean, this is storytelling in itself is unbelievable. So many people are really, really excited for this one. And Keanu, I have to mention as well, we had so many wonderful comments come in from so many people. But I have to ask this one from Grace. I know it's a little bit off topic, but it does say, Keanu, will you be touring in the UK with your band Dogstar?
I sure hope so.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. The band broke up for 20 years, and then in 23 we did a lot of touring, and it's been really exciting and fun, and we're hoping to get overseas next year.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, that's what we
Fingers
wanna hear.
crossed.
Amazing. Well, look, Brawn, the Impossible Formula One story, is available to watch now on Disney+. Keanu, can I just say, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, surrounded by legends tonight. Let's hear it for the wonderful Keanu Reeves.
Graham, how's it going, man? Congrats on the show and everything. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
I don't know if it's too much, but I mean, it's the end of the week, but it's still Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah. Same to you, sir. Same to you.
Happy New Year. Keanu Reeves, everyone.
Come and see us again soon.
Thank you
so
so
much.
And now, look, before we go, we must say our hearts go out to the wonderful Kate Garraway and, of course, her children, Darcy and Billy, after the death of her husband and their dad, Derek Draper, and also to the family of David Soul as well, whose death was also announced earlier today.
Thank you to our guests tonight. On Monday, Michelle Visage, health guru Professor Tim Spector, and the stars of Call the Midwife. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.